Okay, let's get your object tree in order. To get to your object tree, go to the far right side, go down and click this little stack, the stack of folders. And that's really what it is. Object tree is a stack of folders. And I'm going to show you how that works and give you some tips. So let's draw some levels here. So I'm going to draw that, I'm going to draw that, I'm going to draw that. So let's take those three. Notice these three appeared over here in your object tree. Pretend your object tree is nothing more than your files on your computer. That's what this is. These are files on your TradingView. So let's change one of these to red. Okay, so I changed it to red. These two are blue. You can actually come over here and click into the area. I can put in here red line. This red line tells us that that's the red line, okay? I can take these top two lines, select them both by holding down the command key, or I guess you could probably do the shift key. Click this box and this will group them into a folder. Now I can name this folder lines. I can close the folder. I can open the folder. I can turn the folder on and off, and the contents within the folder will do what the folder tells it to do. We can close that up. I can take this red line, hold down my mouse, I can slide it above the folder if I want. I can, once again, click it with my mouse, hold down the mouse button, drop it inside the folder, and now it is inside the folder. I can turn them on, I can turn them off. I can also take folders and rearrange them. Okay, so now I can move this line folder down here if I want, and back up. By the way, it's the same thing with your indicators. If you have a lot of indicators and you want to rearrange them, just grab it, slide it, and you can rearrange your indicators as well. I like my folders on top, and I like to name them. I typically group them by time frames, okay? And then I can hit this little remove, and it deletes everything that was in that folder. And it's a very nice way to keep things organized. I typically keep my weekly and monthly levels here under weekly and monthly, the daily levels under daily. This folder actually is not using right now. And then I have a 30-minute, a 1 hour, and a 4 hour. Now I find this is too many levels. I'm going to switch to my 30 minutes. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you that folder turned on, and I think it's too many lines. So I turn this thing on, and I just think it's too many lines. So what I want to do is I'm going to take out the 30-minute lines, and I'm going to start a new folder for my 30-minute lines. I love these half-hour levels. They work really, really well. So if you click this little caret down, it opens up all the lines. If I click on this one, it will show me which one of all of these that is. So I'm going to slide that out of that folder. I'm going to click this orange line because for me, orange is 30 minutes. And I'm going to slide that there. I'm going to open this a little bit more. I'm just going to keep going down. Here's another orange. It's this one. I'm going to slide it out. I'm looking for an orange. It's this one. Slide it out. I'm going to select this orange and I'm going to slide it out. And that's all the oranges I have right there. But I do have these 30-minute levels here. The fair value gaps, no big deal. I'll probably just redraw them. But I'm just looking for my orange lines right now. Did this one I move? Yep, I already moved that one. Perfect. I'm going to come up here. All right. So as a little job, I'll do a more thorough job off this recording. I can take all of those, create a new folder, call this one 30 minutes. It's also where I'll probably put my single prints. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to rename this folder just 1 hour and 4 hour because I think that it's enough lines, okay? And if you're following my core strategy system, I have a cotton folder for all the cotton lines that are less than 30 minutes, okay? So now I can turn this off. I can go to my 30-minute chart. You can double click this and it will rearrange it all. And now I have my 30-minute lines and I'll go back in and I'll recreate ones that I would want to recreate and just slide that down and put it in the folder. Okay, so if you're in my micro traders group, our weekend homework is getting your object tree together. getting it in order. And if you need to, and it's all chaotic, just delete all the lines and start all over. Start with the monthly, create some monthly lines, gather them up, put them all in one folder, name that folder. Then do the same thing for daily, just like I've done here. So my organization, once again, is weekly, monthly, daily, 1 hour, 4 hour, 30 minute. Then my lower time frame cotton lines. I also put in the cotton lines, the overnight high and overnight low, IB high, IB low, things like that. They just this kind of becomes the junk drawer. Everybody has a junk drawer in their kitchen. It seems like this one's kind of the junk drawer. But for my higher time frames, I want them in their separate folders so I can see them clearly when I only want to look at them. So when I go to my daily chart and I go to my daily folder, I want to see all of my markings just based off date. Does that make sense? So I know I need to mark this daily high. I'm going to stick it here. I'm actually going to stick a daily high here. Let me turn on my magnet tool and make sure that those are basically exact. Perfect. Perfect. Looks like we're making a new daily low today. So I can take that, put it here. The day is not done yet, so I should not do that yet. But now I can take both of these lines. I select both of them, slide it into the daily folder, and now I can turn the daily folder on and off. And that is how you control an object tree and make it really nice. Now, one more tip is I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. It took a screenshot. You can drop images into your TradingView. How nice is that? For example, I bought a put yesterday when we hit a daily high, and I wanted to just do an option play instead of a futures play off that high time frame level. And off the high time frame levels, options work well. So what I did in my Tastyworks account is I screenshotted. Let me see if I can actually bring that up. I screenshotted it and I put it in or did I delete that? Did I delete that? I was going to show it. I guess I deleted it. It's fine. So you can drop whatever pictures you might want in here. I sometimes will screenshot my options plays. That way I can see the entire chart at the time that I made that trade. In fact, let me load Tastyworks here. Let me launch this. I use Tastyworks for my options trades. I didn't do any today. I made 60% on a put option yesterday off of a high time frame level we had on our chart. But what I'll do is this. I will, I'm going to show it to you here in 1 second. Let me get there. Let's just use a SPY chart for a second. No big deal. So let's say here is a SPY. Let's say I was going to buy this put, okay? What I'll do is I'll screenshot this and then I'll drop it into. Why didn't you copy that time? Try that again. Huh. Oh, the paste is way too large. Interesting. Interesting. So maybe I got to shrink this down a little bit. That's fine. I just want to see, what I want to see is where the bid and ask was and what the surrounding ones were. Because sometimes I like to go back and analyze that type of data. Let's see. You're going to let me paste it in there this time? The image being pasted is way too large. Well, heck. Let me come over here on my other screen. Let me paste just this portion of it. That's a lower resolution. Done. Actually, I mispasted. I apologize, guys. Let me try this again. There we go. So you can paste the picture in there. I can turn the picture on and off. So I guess if it's of a certain resolution, it's going to give you some errors, but then you can come in here and stretch this thing out. And so what you might do is you might come in here and put you a little line here. I'm going to turn off the magnet tool. Right here, make you a little note. Vault put. Okay, grab these two things, close them up, rename this. Option play on Friday, put the date, whatever you want. Now I can turn that on and off. And if I want to, when I get out of it, I might screenshot when I get out of it and put it together to where if later I want to analyze it and see how well I did as far as entry and exit. It's definitely a good tool to do that. So I guess you have to be careful that you aren't screenshotting your entire screen because it only allows a certain size of image to be placed within the object tree. But how nice is that? Okay, thanks for listening.